It's the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Blues and the Cowboys on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us north of the border in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto Ball Club as they enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his...
Here we go. All right.
First carry for Najee Harris. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 35-yard line.
They run again with Harris. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. You look at this Cowboy defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Well, the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
1st down, Cowboys.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Deep to return is Cavante Turpin. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
To throw is Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Toronto's offense ready to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Pick 6 last drive. Here's Fields again. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now it's Fields. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Back to throw, Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Prescott now. Forced out to his left. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. This is Lamb on the end around. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Yeah, here we go. Wait, take.
Prescott to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Oh, hurry up. Tonight.
Fields now to throw. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Here we go.
Austin, the man in motion left.
Tonight.
Here's Fields. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 14 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just...
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Aubrey now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Fields going to keep it running left.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off play action. Fields
Out to his left.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Toronto
17-0 our score after one. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Field's going to take this himself.
And they get him down right near the midfield stripe.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Tonight. Go.
Now Fields. That's complete to the rookie from Michigan. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Here we go, side.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
Fields. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Warren will try the right side.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Don't jump. Ready? Do it.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Here's Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Here we go. Tonight.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chauncey Golston in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Boswell's kick is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Yeah, here we go.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
That is caught by Lamb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And Lamb took his game a step further a season ago with career highs in yards, touchdowns, and catches. 135, the most in the league. He wears number 88 on his jersey. That means he is wide receiver 1 for the Dallas Cowboys. The next thing he wants to add, leading his team to a Super Bowl.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 21-yard line.
To throw is Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll throw again. Prescott got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Now Prescott. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing to start the drive. Fields completes this one to Pickens. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A short one there to Freiermuth. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Austin brings in the quick throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin with the early game across the Atlantic at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London, where you see the final score there. Aaron Rodgers, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. We'll stay in the AFC North as we head over to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, just one game this week, the Saints and Chiefs at Arrowhead, set to kick off at 7:15 Central Time. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They run the option on second down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on third down, good for 28.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now Prescott. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Ferguson. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Throwing. Prescott. Eluding the pressure. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
A 26-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Blues offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. This one finds Austin out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw is Fields. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Cooks flashing the footwork. And that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Prescott down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 15 yards there for number 15.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Yeah, here we go. I said, what do you think?
They'll look to throw again.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, here we go. I said, what do you think?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. And again, it's Prescott. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
Yeah!
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to stretch out their lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
He finds Austin complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd and 5.
Here we go, Scott.
The tight end in motion right.
Now it's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Fields now to throw.
Catch is made by Harry. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches.
And they'll send Pickens in motion right here.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Now Fields.
And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Cameron Johnston in punt formation.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go. Hurry up, hurry up.
They're going for it. This is Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. Fields. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. It's Fields. Open man there is Darnell Washington. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 2nd and 1 now from the 21.
At the Cowboys' 21-yard line.
Off play action, Fields. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Completes it to Austin. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. An option handoff given to Harris. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Najee Harris with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Blues are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A first down carry by Elliott. Down to the 42, 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Yeah! What do you think? What do you think?
Now Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
A 60-yard attempt.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On play action, Fields. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Fields throwing again. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
17 more yards.
Back to throw. Fields being chased out left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Justin Fields, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Blues are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
And he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This to make it a 3-score game late. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and that will keep this a 15-point game. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Washington's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's third down here.
Go.
Back to throw. Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Fields pass. Intended for number
That means it's just
89.
one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. They'll try and run the option. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Washington. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Fields. He gets it complete to Harris.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. To throw is Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's Austin. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Caught on the slant, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Boswell good with the extra point as this gets him back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, a couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the Cowboys, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.